I can't believe how close we are to being done with the ladder truck. Don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And wow, we're almost done. And I'll tell you, this is the part where I really start to push myself because I want to get to the end. It's the part where I get really excited because I enjoy all the minutia and the little bits and pieces. I love that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Uh, this should be the last video of the build. And then in the next episode, it will all be about showing off the finished product. So we still have some work to do. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is the exciting time of any model build, but for a model that you've put this much effort into, this is really a special moment where you're really starting to bring it home. And I'm putting all of the little accoutrements. You see, man, I love these things. The redheads, I got these from Dave Parsley, one of the absolute gurus of fire truck models. He makes these redheads, and they're actual glass redheads. Frankly, I was so excited about putting them on that I just glued them on without even thinking about triggering the cameras. But hey, plenty other stuff to do. So we're gonna put on some of the headlight trim. We've got the bumpers. I've got the electronic siren and the grinder. And yeah, we're just gonna really go through and put on a lot of the details. So we're gonna get all the headlight housings on. We'll put the lenses in later. We'll talk about that. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun episode. Now, I bragged about the box that I made to set the model up on a better angle and how I had it on the little turntable. I took it off the turntable just to hold it more steady for now. If I needed to do a lot of swinging it around back and forth and stuff, I'd probably keep it on there. But right now, it's off. And I'm just putting grab handles on the side. A lot of the stuff I'm using the chrome plated parts, and I'm touching up where I had to clean them up with some Molotow chrome. Other parts I'm doing in aluminum. I'm mixing it and matching a little bit, but like these door handles, chrome. Okay, they're chrome on the sprue. I do have to scrape them a little bit to get rid of a seam, but easily fixable with Molotow. Everything right now that you're seeing going onto the cab is being attached using my gel control glue, because again, the cab's resin. All right, so we got the cab looking pretty good. We can flip the truck around and we can start to put stuff on the rear. I wish I had had more footage of that. I don't know what happened there, but anyhow, I got all the hydraulics put together, and you saw me working on the control pedestal. So here it is. It's got the super detailed control panel on it in the form of a decal. It's pretty much done. The only thing it really needs is it's going to need a microphone attached to the pedestal and some paint on the knobs, stuff like that. But there we go. It's looking really great. And as long as I'm back here, we can go ahead and put in some marker lights and some tail lights and things like that. So now I need to take and put the lenses in all of the spotlights, and I need to get them for the headlights. So I had to cut them all off the sprues, including the not just the lenses, but the lights themselves. and I'm doing a bunch of cleanup work here. And what I'll do is I'll attach the lenses into each spotlight using the tester's window glue. Stuff's fantastic. I love it. I swear by it. It dries perfectly clear. So all you do is put a little dab of it inside the spotlight. Then you set the lens in and just let it dry and it'll look fantastic. Just make sure that you don't get any like fingerprint into the glue because you're going to see that. So just be careful that you don't get that. Trim everything up and glue it all together. Okay, so we've got all the lenses and whatnot ready to go. We've got the truck flipped around, and I'm going to use my window glue, and I'm just going to put a little smear of it inside the recess of the headlight holder, and then using a pair of little needle nose pliers, tweezers, I mean, I'll pick up one of the lenses and just set it in there and let it stick down and dry, and it'll be perfectly clear. It's going to look fantastic. I've got to do that 4 separate times, so we'll go ahead and get all that done. Now, as you saw earlier, as I was cleaning up the spotlights and their lenses, I was gluing them together. And now it's just a matter of attaching each spotlight to its location on the truck. There's going to be a couple on the front, and there will be a couple in the rear. And so just a little dab of the gel control CA glue, and then I can go ahead and stick this spotlight on. And again, this is a chrome piece off the chrome sprue. I did have to do some cleanup to it. Reg, say it.
You do have to do cleanup?
Sorry, a movie joke that we do. But yes, I did a little cleanup, and then I'll fix that with some Molotov after everything is dry. So, if you haven't seen the Engine 14 build, you may not know about Shapeways, and more specifically, a store on Shapeways called Downrange. They make all sorts of fantastic, beautiful 3D firefighter tools and things like that. And this is a whole bunch of stuff I ordered right at the very beginning of this project. And well, I got to tell you, I've been chomping at the bit to get to some of this stuff. They have the old style lanterns that we used to have, and I'll show you a picture here of one of them on the back of the real truck 18, and then there's some that I just bought. They just need to be painted up and glued onto the truck. I've got hose clamps, and I've got sirens, and I've got axes, and I've got foam jugs and spanner wrenches. You name it, I got it. Because, hey, I'm sure I'll do another fire truck of some type at some point, and this stuff is fantastic. I love it. It's such high quality. I can't say enough. And downrange, if you contact them, they'll put together a clump of exactly what you need. So you can tell them, well, I need this many spanners, and I need this many hose connections, and I need this and that and the next thing. But here's one of the best parts. It's a nozzle stack for the tip of the ladder, which is something that we had. And basically, it would clamp onto the last rungs of the ladder. And then that hose bed that I built, it had hose. We'd flip it into the ladder, connect it to this stack, and then run it down the bed of the ladder, and then we could make a ladder tower. So they had that, and I was excited to get that. So we're going to break out some red paint and drop it and make a huge mess. Oh, yeah. This is my life. Did you really expect to finish this model up without at least one more incident? Anyhow, so we get the red paint cleaned up, and then we can go ahead and start painting things. The parts of the axes and the hose clamps and the lanterns and stuff. Um, just using a fine brush, and we'll just go ahead and get all this painted up and let it dry. Now, the resin pieces that you get from Shapeways are kind of like almost, I want to say, like a translucent material, almost like a frosted effect. And so it's going to work out fine for the lanterns. The lenses will just look like they're diffused. So I paint the entire lantern red, and then the difficult part is painting the protective members that go over the lens. But a little patience, a fine brush, and you can get it done. It'll look great. It's really going to be fantastic. It's these little details that are really going to bring this model home. Okay, so for the main parts of the ladder, I have run cables up through the ladders, each segment, and then now I've got the two segments off, and I'm just attaching that nozzle that goes on to the end. And basically, it's two parts, and they just kind of clamp together around the rungs. I've got most of it painted except in the middle because I just needed to make sure that the fit would be okay. Once I've got it locked onto the ladder, I'll touch that up and I'll paint the nozzle tip chrome silver using Mullitel. But honestly, this is one of those little details I was super, super excited about because it's so accurate to what we had, and it's just going to really take this truck over the top. I mean, look at this. 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 Look how cool this is. Look how much detail it brings to the end of the ladder. I can't tell you how excited I am about that. And then all I got to do is just kind of slide everything back together. I did almost forget. I honestly, I'm just telling you the truth. I was so excited, I almost forgot that I still had to paint the midsection of the nozzle stack that goes on the ladder, and I also needed to paint the nozzles themselves because it's just a knockdown stack of nozzle tips that were chromed silver, and so I'll paint those Molitel. But got to get this all finished up now that it's on the ladder to stay, and it's just looking so boss. I'm so happy with this. So I gathered together as much various equipment as possible. For example, you saw the K12 box that I 3D printed for the left side of the engine. Well, the first one was too big, and I didn't want to use it, so I printed a second one. And I decided the first one would be perfect for stowing underneath the ladder, along with I'm going to put some of these foam jugs here, so I'm painting those up. I have leftover foam jug decals that I made from the engine build, and I'm going to put some hand tools under there. Anything I think would work under there is going to go under there just to give it some interest. So yeah, I'm just going through all the parts and pieces that I have and getting everything painted up and ready to go. Our trucks had a series of nozzles attached to the front bumper. We had a couple different kinds of stacks. We had a fog nozzle we could use. So I'm just gluing those into position on the front of the truck. There's little 3 stacks that will be out there. And again, those are from Shapeways. They're cleaned up and painted using Molotel Chrome, and they're being glued down just using my Gel Control CA. Other details included using some hose from the engine build to fill the hose rack. I had some leftover couplings and I put one of those on there. All of the ladders, I put those in, and I finally decided to glue them in just because they were a little too sloppy. So I glued those in, glued on the ladders, the air horns, and really everything is just about done. And I'm thrilled to death with this. It's been a long, strange trip. I'm going to show you one glamour picture here to wrap this video up. And then in the next video, it will be all about taking a close-up look at this finished product. I hope you love it. All right, there you have it. The ladder truck. Truck 18, Clark County Fire Department, made from the AMT Ladder Chief Kit, along with a cab from Models by Dave. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, and I know it's put a kink into my schedule, and you haven't gotten all the die cast that you're yearning for and all the other things. I really kind of had to put some of that off to the side because I really wanted to focus on this. But it's done. And next week, we'll come back with a video and show off the finished product, top to bottom, tons and tons of images and video clips of the truck, showing off all the features of it. It should be a lot of fun, and then that'll wrap up the ladder truck build. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'd love to hear what you think of this build. What could I have done? What should I have done? What shouldn't I have done? Anything you want to say, I'd love to hear about it. All right, that's going to do it for today. I hope the rest of your day is stupendously wonderful. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.